I'm not saying that it's wrong or anything else for anybody to play early music on any instrument you want. But our preference, and certainly my preference, is to play instruments which the composer would have been familiar with, and for which, of course, they wrote the music in the first place.
Mhm.
So then that sort of gives the impression that it's kind of polishing up relics in a museum, that we're going to use these old instruments which didn't have the, as it were, benefit of the improvements in quotes that were made in later centuries. I mean, a lot of these instruments are very, very hard to play. The strings instruments tend to go out of tune as you're playing them. They're very, very susceptible with gut strings, etc., to temperature and especially humidity. And so the players have to be very, very expert to play in tune on instruments which are going out of tune. And then the brass instruments and woodwind instruments are very, very different to the ones that we know now. So why do we play these instruments or use these instruments, which are very difficult and in many cases unreliable to play because they haven't, as I say, had the benefit of the improvements that are made in, for example, the 19th century? Well, we do that in order to get closer to the historically appropriate style. All of the players have a lot of detailed knowledge about playing techniques. That's the first thing. And about the instruments and the setup of the instruments. So the point is not to polish up relics in a museum. The point is to try to recreate that kind of white-hot moment of performance and creation of the music.